Happy day. Today we are going to discuss on the topic AJAX, which is from Advanced Java Programming. So, what is AJAX? Asynchronous JavaScript and XML. Is it a programming language? No. A new technology? Not exactly. Then what else? AJAX is a technique that comprises of several web technologies together in order to bridge the gap between the usability and interactivity of the desktop application and ever demanding web applications. AJAX allows you to send and receive the data asynchronously without reloading the entire web page. So, what is asynchronous? We can send a request to the server and the client can continue user interaction without waiting for the response from the server. Once the response is received from the server, the portion of the UI is updated automatically with the response information and the entire web page need not be reloaded. So, only valuable information is sent to the server and hence the application becomes interactive and faster. The real-time example for AJAX is Google search. So, Google Suggest is using AJAX in order to create a very dynamic web interface. When you start typing in the Google search box, automatically a JavaScript sends a letter off to a server and the server returns a list of suggestions. So, only that portion of the web interface will be reloaded and not the entire page is loaded. So, the technology is used in AJAX are HTML and CSS. So, it is used on the client side. JavaScript, it is used to make the request. XML and JSON, it is used as a request format, and PHP is completely used on the server side. The web applications using AJAX are Gmail, Facebook, Twitter, Google Map, YouTube, etc. AJAX cannot work independently. It is used in the combination of other technologies to create interactive web pages. HTML or XHTML and CSS, it is used for displaying the content and style. It is mainly used for presentation. Whereas DOM, document object model, it is used for dynamic display and interaction with the data. The application programming interface is used for accessing and manipulating the structured documents like XML and HTML. XML or JSON, it is used for carrying the data to and from the server. JavaScript object notation is shorter but faster than the XML. XML HTTP request, it is used for asynchronous communication between the client and the server. JavaScript, it is used to bring all the above technologies together independently. It is used for client-side validations. The browsers that supports AJAX are Mozilla Firefox 1.0 and above, Netscape version 7.1 and above, Apple Safari 1.2 and above, Microsoft Internet Explorer 5 and above, Conqueror, Opera 7.6 and above. So, how does this AJAX works? A client sends a request from the user interface. A JavaScript call is made to the XML HTTP request. The HTTP request is sent to the web server by the XML HTTP request object. The web server in turn communicates with the database through JSP, ASP.NET or servlets. So, it retrieves the data from the database. Server sends the XML data or JSON data to the callback function of the XML HTTP request. HTML and CSS data is displayed in the web browser. Conventional web applications transmit informations to the server in a synchronous manner. That is, when the user hits the submit button, automatically the user will be loaded with a new page. That is the response, they get it from the server. Usually in AJAX, a JavaScript makes a call to the server and a portion of the application programming interface will be updated. Here, the user would never know that anything was sent or transmitted to the server. Understanding XML HTTP request. An object of XML HTTP request is used for asynchronous communication between client and server. It performs the following operation. It sends the data from the client in the background, receives the data from the server. It updates the web page without reloading it. So, the properties of XML HTTP request are on ready state change. So, this property is called whenever a ready state attribute changes, ready state. So, here it represents the state of request. It ranges from the number 0 to 4. 0 means it is unopened, that is open is not called. 1, open is called but send is not called. Number 2, headers received, that is send is called, headers and the status information is also available. Number 3, downloading the data, that is response text holds the data here. 4, the operation is completed successfully, that is it is done. And the third property is response text. Here the return response will be in the form of a text, response XML. Here the return response will be in the form of XML. And finally status, it returns the status number of a request. For example, 200 OK, 403 it is forbidden, 404 not found, etc. Similarly, you have many status numbers. There are 3 major methods used in XML HTTP request. The methods are open, send and set request header. The open method is used to open the request specifying a get or post method along with a URL. Here we can also specify the type of communication, whether it is asynchronous or not. It is also possible to specify the username and password. The send method, through which you can send a get request or a post request. Set request header, it adds additional informations like request headers. So here I have shown you a simple AJAX program to display the tables for a given number. So in this web page, when you type a number in the text box and press the show table button, automatically the table will be displayed in the web page. Only that portion of the web page is updated without reloading the entire web page. For this program, I have written 2 programs, that is one for the client side and the other for the server side. So when it comes to the client side program, it is an HTML program. So that is table1.html. Here I have embedded the JavaScript in the head tag, and when you see the body tag, it's very simple, which is showing one text box and one button. So as you type the number in the text box and when you click the button, automatically the functions in the JavaScript send informations will be invoked. So when you see the function send informations in the JavaScript, so here we have created a XML HTTP request object. After creating the request object, you open the request by using get method and the URL. So when you see the URL variable, I have also appended the value of the text box along with the URL index.jsp. Index.jsp is the server side program which I have written. And here in this request.onReady state change is equal to get informations. So it is waiting for the ready state. If there is any change in the ready state attributes, automatically the get information functions will be invoked. In the get information function, I am checking that whether the ready state is equal to 4. The number 4 indicates that the request is completed, and once it is completed, you get a response from the server, and the value of the response is displayed in the inner HTML of the div tag, and you can see here document.getElement by ID new. So here this new is nothing but the div tag which I have written in the body of the HTML. So this portion of the inner HTML will be updated with the corresponding table. So the server side program is index.jsp. Here we get the value of the text box. For that number you generate a table. Similarly, you can write many AJAX programs in the same way, like retrieving the data from the databases, etc. Hope this session is useful. Thank you.